10 money beliefs that sound mad but actually work. Most financial advice sounds reasonable. Save more, spend less. Do not buy things you cannot afford. Sensible, logical, fine. But some of the things that have actually moved the needle for real people with real money in real life sound, on the surface, completely ridiculous. Today we are going through 10 of them. Hear me out before you dismiss any of them. At least one will stay with you. Let us get into it. 1. Spending money can save you money. I know. Sounds like something a person with too much money says to justify buying an expensive coffee machine. Bear with me. The cheap version of something, the cheap mattress, the cheap tires, the cheap accountant, often cost you far more in the end. In time, in health, in mistakes, or in having to buy the thing twice. This is not permission to blow your budget on luxury goods. It is a prompt to ask, am I being penny wise and pound foolish here? The most expensive thing you can buy is something cheap that does not work. 2. Ignoring your bank balance occasionally is healthy. This is not advice for people who are avoiding their finances entirely. If you have not opened your banking app in 3 months because you are scared of what you will see, that is a different problem. This is about obsessive checking. People who look at their balance 6 times a day and feel anxious every single time, but never actually do anything differently. That is not financial management. That is financial anxiety pretending to be financial management. Checking your balance does not change your balance. Having a system, a weekly money date with yourself, a budget you trust, means you can ignore your balance for 6 days and look properly on the 7th. Anxiety is not a strategy. 3. Paying yourself first, before bills, is not irresponsible. It is the only thing that works. The conventional advice is, pay your bills, cover your expenses, then if there is anything left, save it. That sounds perfectly sensible. And it is why most people save almost nothing. Because there is never anything left. The money expands to fill the space available to it. Always. The belief that works and feels mad when you first hear it is this. On payday, before you pay a single bill, move a set amount into savings or investments. Then live on what is left. Your brain adjusts. You find a way. People who pay themselves first save. People who wait until the end of the month rarely do. 4. Having no financial goals is sometimes better than having the wrong ones. Financial goals are sacred, apparently. Every piece of personal finance advice tells you to set them. SMART goals, vision boards, 5-year plans. But wrong goals are worse than no goals, because wrong goals direct your energy and your money towards something that will not actually make you happy when you get there. People spend 10 years grinding towards a number, a salary, a house value, a pension pot, and arrive feeling empty because the goal was never really theirs. It was borrowed from someone else's definition of success. Before you set a financial goal, ask, what is this actually for? What am I going to do when I have it? If you cannot answer that, the number is not a goal. It is just a number. 5. Talking about money openly, including your salary, makes everyone richer. Salary secrecy benefits one party in a negotiation, and it is not you. When nobody knows what anyone else earns, the person with the most information, your employer, has all the power. You are negotiating blind. Research consistently shows that pay transparency narrows gender and ethnic pay gaps and raises salaries across the board. And yet, we are culturally conditioned, especially in Britain, to treat our salary as something almost shameful to disclose. The embarrassment around it is not protecting you. It is protecting the people who pay you. 6. The best time to prepare for financial disaster is when things are going well. Nobody builds a shelter during the storm. You build it beforehand, when the sun is out and you have time, and the thing feels slightly unnecessary. Most people think about emergency funds, income protection, and financial resilience only when something has already gone wrong. when you have just been made redundant, or the boiler has broken, or a relationship has ended. That is the worst possible time to start building a buffer, because you are already in the hole. The belief that sounds mad, sitting comfortably with a decent income and choosing to think seriously about what happens if it all stops. It feels unnecessary. It feels pessimistic. It is actually the most optimistic thing you can do, because you are betting on your own ability to prepare rather than hoping nothing ever goes wrong. 7. Spending money on experiences over things makes you statistically happier and wealthier over time. The research on this is pretty clear. People adapt quickly to new possessions. The excitement fades within weeks. But experiences, a trip, a concert, a meal that took 3 months to get a table at, are remembered and relived. The happiness lasts longer. Spending on experiences instead of accumulating things sounds like the opposite of wealth building. But objects depreciate. The memories and relationships built through experiences drive decisions, confidence, and perspective in ways that do not show up on a spreadsheet, but absolutely show up in your life. 8. Giving money away makes you better at earning it. Regular giving, to charity, to causes, to people in your life who need it, is correlated with higher earnings, not lower. This has been studied. The working theory is psychological, not mystical. If you believe there is never enough, you will make decisions from that fear. Hoarding, undercharging, not investing. If you believe there is enough to share some of it, you make bolder, more confident decisions. That confidence has material value. 9. Your income has a ceiling only if you work for someone else. A salary is a trade. You give your time, your skill, your energy, and in return, someone gives you a fixed number. That number is determined not by how much value you create, but by what the market says your role is worth, what the HR band allows, and what your employer thinks they can get away with paying you. Your income does not have to have a ceiling. Freelancers, consultants, business owners, they can earn more by doing more, charging more, or finding better clients. That freedom is real. So is the risk. The question worth asking is, am I treating my salary as a fixed fact of life or as one option among several? 10. The less you think about money day to day, the better your finances will be. The goal is not to think about money constantly. The goal is to build systems good enough that you do not have to. A direct debit that moves money to savings on payday. A monthly budget you have actually looked at. An investment that runs automatically. Insurance you are not going to cancel to save 30 pounds a month. These things, set up once, do more financial work than years of daily anxiety about money. People who are obsessed with money, checking it, tracking it, worrying about it, are not necessarily better with it. People who have built systems and then largely got on with their lives often do better, because decisions driven by calm systems beat decisions driven by daily emotion almost every single time. Tell me in the comments which one landed, or which one you want to argue with. Subscribe if you want more. Next video: 10 toxic money beliefs you probably inherited without realizing it. See you there.